Lemonade on deck, man.
JCR, motherfucker.
Hey, smoking my crops. No chop, just a bowl of the over the top. Hot box, you been loaded or not? Hey, don't know when to stop. Even cops know we smoking a lot. Choking a block. Give a if you sober or not. I got me a big old pack. 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 Big old pack.
Hey, it's Question. I'm from East Point, the best thing at the point since Outkast. Y'all know what's going on. I was always fascinated with keyboards. I picked up drums probably when I was about 4 or 5. I took drum lessons for a little bit, but I always just I used to copy the drum beats from songs I loved. It was that's kind of a lot of producers, that's a strong suit that we have. So when I was in middle school, the school system was kind of hard. They didn't know what to do with a blind kid in a big classroom. So they used to just kind of pass me with a seat and didn't give me a lot of work, but the school gave me a laptop. So I started making beats on the sound recorder software because I thought that shit was cool when I was young, that I didn't have to do any work. But then I realized you got to pass these tests. You got to know what's going on. So after a while, I went to this school for the blind, but yeah, I started making beats in there. My first real memory with music is as a toddler. I had this toy keyboard and I just started making connections in my head with what melodies sounded good, and they sounded like stuff that I heard on the radio. And I just, now being older, I know that was really early to know the difference between what was not good enough and what was really cool, and when I had caught on to something. So from a really early age, I just started playing what I heard. And I had a See and Say, the little toy that has all the little animal pictures and things. And I started DJing with that. So I used to do crazy shit. And then I used to blend songs together with CD players. There was turntables. So I was just always been into it. I started freestyling when I was 5. I was in the studio. My mom always kept me around it. She nurtured it. She knew automatically what it was. So she brought me up. Always, she never told me how to make music, what to say, what to do, nothing. But she always gave me a platform and gave me a space to make music. So she has a lot of friends that just had studios, kept me in there. So one day it was just natural. They gave me a microphone, turned the beat on, I started rapping, and everybody spazzed. So I started honing it more, learning about it. And then I got with a friend in elementary school, and we kind of made this little rap group. And I was serious about it then, but we had people kind of want to manage us. We did performances and shit. So it was real from that point on, that's what I was doing. I'm an artist and a producer who is real versed in different instruments. So I like to call myself a musician. I try to bring every genre I listen to together, but in a way where it doesn't sound weird and it doesn't sound too different, too hard to digest. I upload to my YouTube pretty regularly, so every day I try to make a beat for that. So I usually try to knock those out pretty early in the day, and then after that I'll just kind of listen to music again, and if there's any beats that some producers I work with have sent me, I'll go through those and try to record. I find it kind of hard to rap to my own production because when I make beats, I make it with an artist in mind or with a type of artist in mind. So then for me to try to come on it afterwards, it's not perfect. Over the past year, I've been blessed. I've been able to get a lot more just events and different things to be in the city. So I'll go to a club and network with people, just kind of try to meet, because that's real important, is building relationships with whoever's out there. If you're just making music all the time but you're not out, nobody's gonna know about you. So I just go and talk. My mom takes me everywhere because I'm blind, so transportation can be kind of annoying if you're trying to catch a bus and go from studio to studio. So she really helps me out, also kind of manages me So we're always in different places networking, and then I may perform, do like an open mic where I go and freestyle, or do my different singles, and then once a month, or it's a little bit more seldom these days, but at one point it was like once every month I was in beat battles. So I just go head to head with a producer, and then there's like 4 rounds, and then the last 2 producers go up, and I've won about 10 to 12 beat battles in the city over the past like 3 years. People don't take it serious that a blind person can make beats. They're like, you're a troll. Like, I'll be in somebody's live stream, and I get it because they don't understand, but like, it's crazy. People just react negatively to what they don't understand instead of trying to understand it. Like, they just like, fuck it. So I'll be in somebody's live stream because I have a phone. I got an iPhone, and every iPhone comes with a software that will read everything that's on the screen to you. And that's how blind people use technology. We can't see it, but it'll read out loud everything that comes across the screen. And like, the way that somebody looks at their phone every day can skim across their apps really fast, the software reads really fast. So I'll be in a producer's live stream trying to submit my beats, and I'll be like, yo, I'm a blind producer, check my beats here. And they're like, if you're blind, how do you talk to me? How did you get to YouTube? And then everybody else in the streams like, oh, he's a troll. So they'll be like, oh, I'm a deaf producer, I'm this, I'm that. And so like, it's kind of weird sometimes, but that's becoming less and less. The more notoriety I get, people are taking it seriously because they realize this shit is possible. There's actually a lot more blind producers too. I was in the studio recently playing beats, and people told me I was like the second blind producer they come across in a week. So it's pretty crazy. Everybody I listen to inspires me. I just like, since I wanted to do music for so long, and since it's the thing that like is my passion and my career, I just soak up like a sponge all the time. One of my biggest inspirations as far as my rap career goes is UK Grime, which is like their style of rapping, because like the standard rhythm that they use is twice as fast as the standard rhythm we use. So there's just a lot more complex patterns and crazy flows that they use. So that's kind of where I took my cues from in the past couple of years, just because there's been a lot of like exploration with cadences and rap right now, people using different flows, and nobody's really doing that over here. So I'm kind of bringing light to it. Tupac is my favorite rapper, favorite artist ever. I would love to make a song with Tupac, just because, I mean, for one, he's my favorite, but for two, like, it would be a real challenge, because every one of his songs, like, he speak on some like real shit. Like, I don't know, he's like, people like to kind of trip because he's not the most intricate lyricist ever. He doesn't do double time grime raps, but you feel everything he says. It's common language, like it's gonna connect. And so like me, I'm more like a rapidy rap bars type of person, so I gotta keep up. And then I think it would be fun because everybody who worked with Tupac talks about his work ethic and how he can make a song like super fast. And as a freestyle artist, I love anybody who could do that. So I would love to see his reaction to me spitting a verse in one take when he's ready. Like, that would be amazing to me. Alive though, I want to work with like the Fray. I like a lot of the kind of chill music, like a lot of guitar, relaxed music like that. So people like that are really inspirational to me. So I want to kind of mold the genres together, do something crazy. So that would be super dope. It's a lot of people, like Wiz, obviously, Bob Marley, that would have been crazy. T.I. for sure, Tech Nine, Eminem, like the entirety of the UK grime culture, like all of them are super crazy. So like Gets especially, but Juice WRLD is crazy. X, rest in peace to X. XXX Tentacion. He's like so versatile. I wish I could have worked with him. I feel like our energies like on kind of the same way as far as like the musicianship goes, because he touched so many genres. good vibes and inspiration. Like, as far as my artistry goes, like when I rap, I want people to, like, if you rap, listen to that shit like for the flow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always trying to give you something different, something cool and unique, and then, you know, something chill too. And then, like, if you don't, and if you're just a fan, if you're just cool, and like all of my music, I feel like is something you can put on and just relax to or relate to and just kind of be. Like, I make something that'll make you think, something that'll make you party, you know, something it's a little slower. And then when I produce, I'm always trying to innovate, but I'm always trying to stay right in that pocket that makes people feel good, feel comfortable. You know, I heard this before, but it's a little bit different, you know. So I'm always trying to just further the sound. I got a collective called Blind and Famous, BNF. It's not only kids, it's like myself, a few other artists. Shout to The Master, shout to DJ TK. He is one of my mentees. Really, you know, I have been starting to get a little bit more notoriety. You know, I'm the best thing out of the point since Outkast. I mean, do you know another rapper repping East Point right now this big? Because I'll stop saying it if somebody can point me to them and they better than me. But, like, nobody's talking. So, like, I'm really doing this shit so I can help. And so, you know, these kids found me on Twitter. My guy DJ TK just kind of reached out to me and was like, you know, we like your music. We see you out here working. And they're really talented. So I'm really blessed to have the opportunity to teach them anything that I know, because they show me stuff every day. You know, I'm making beats and they're like, nah, change this sound, do this, do that. But it's awesome. I really appreciate the opportunity. So we got a mixtape coming. We got one out called Blind and Famous Volume 1 on Spinrilla. And we about to drop BNF 2 at the end of the year. And it's just going to showcase all the talent that I'm talking up. You can find my music on my YouTube, Question Official. Also, please keep up with me on Instagram, Question ATL. I always got, like, snippets dropping on there. And, you know, interviews and just, you know, that's where the updates are. And then my SoundCloud and Twitter are also Question ATL. So that's it. Shout out to the BNF gang, man. Shout out to all my fans, my family. Shout out to my mom supporting me all the time. Man, I love all y'all. I appreciate it.